What is up, guys? In this video we're going to be going over the new exotic weapons that are expected to be coming to Fortnite Season 2 in the next update, which is going to be this upcoming Tuesday, the 25th of March. As always, if you guys do find this video to be helpful, informative, and interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, and comment down below which of these exotics you're most excited to use or which of them you're least excited to play against. And there are 6 new exotics that should be coming. I'll get to kind of how they likely will add them at the end of the video. The first is going to be the Rift launcher. This is going to be a reskin of the sticky launcher that spawns rifts on impact. And we actually saw this in the trailer for this season. So rifts are good for traveling around the map. It lets you fly around and redeploy, which is really good. Really good mobility for traveling. If you need to get far off a single item, this is going to be really good for you. And I think it would also be really good in team game modes because you could kind of just shoot the rift down and then everybody in your team hops in. And then y'all are going somewhere together rather than everybody needing to use whatever mobility item they end up having at the time. This will go off rocket ammo, so you will have several uses, which is going to be kind of crazy. The Rift to Go was always kind of seen as like a get out of jail free mobility item. You could just pop it and then you're flying away. And then this should be that, but with just many more uses because it goes off rocket ammo rather than just being a singular item that you could carry like 2 in a stack. So I think this will be good for traveling around the map quickly, good for third-partying vaults. If you have this and you see that a vault is, getting taken nearby, that would be easy to fly in. Good for just third-partying fights in general or getting positioning on zone. Likely really won't be that good for fighting though. That's kind of always been the trade-off for rifts, is that like, sure, you can travel around the map quickly, but it's like you're not going to get tags on somebody and then pop a rift to go and fly on them. You might, but like the fact that glider lock is a thing really exposes you to getting beamed, and you're probably going to be a bit slower than if you just pushed them with something like shockwaves, the shockwave rocket launcher, the rocket drill, or even a car. So that's kind of the trade-off with rifts, is it's good traveling mobility, not the best fighting mobility. Can be good at getting out of fights, but at the same time you put yourself in the air, and if the enemy you're trying to escape from has good aim, you might just get beamed out of the air by them. And depending on how long the rift actually lasts on the ground after you shoot it, the enemy might just get in the rift and follow you. If the rift doesn't last that long though, this could be really good for escaping enemy players. The explosive Mammoth Pistol is another exotic that will be coming, and this is going to be a Mammoth Pistol that shoots explosive rounds. A lot of people have been talking about this as like something that's going to be game-breaking OP, and it sounds busted, but one thing to note is that the damage for this is currently listed at 50, so it will be a decent amount weaker than even the common Mammoth Pistol, which does 84 damage. Maybe this will be a situation like the explosive repeater rifle where, some of its damage is on hit and some of it's the explosive. And then if you hit the person, you get a good amount of damage. But if you just hit near them, you really don't get that much damage, But it wouldn't be as spammable at something like the explosive repeater because the Mammoth Pistol only has 1 shot per reload. Also, if you remember in Chapter 4, we had the explosive red eye rifle, which again sounded insane, but it had bullet travel time and drop in a very weird arc, which made it just really not that great to use. And there would be times where maybe you could flush people out of cover using it, but this wasn't really a weapon that a lot of players enjoyed using. And it wasn't like a game-changing, like super broken, overpowered item either. I thought it was pretty mid. So the explosive Mammoth Pistol, I think, is something that sounds ridiculous, but I think in practice, it's probably not going to end up being that good. But we'll have to wait and see. Another one that sounds really busted is going to be the Accelerant Holo Twister AR. And if you guys played in Chapter 4, you probably hear Accelerant exotic weapon and you're having flashbacks to the Accelerant Maven shotgun. The description for this Holo Twister says it increases movement speed and fire rate as you fire. But I'm not really sure if we should trust the description of these weapons entirely sometimes, because there have been times where the description didn't necessarily match how the weapon played. If I remember correctly, the Ice Spice rifle said that you would get the chili effect if you hit people, or as you fired, but I think you only got it if you hit people. And the Accelerant shotgun that we had in Chapter 4, the fire rate and your movement speed increase happened when you hit an enemy, not just when you fire to the weapon. This is something that we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. Like, is it just for shooting the weapon you get a faster movement speed and fire rate? or do you have to actually hit targets? And then another thing that I'm not too sure about is if it will increase over time as you shoot people, or if it'll just be one set like increased fire rate. I believe the Accelerant shotgun got consistently faster as you continued to hit people. And if the Holo Twister is going to work something like that, I think it could be quite good. And while this sounds very busted, it is worth noting that the damage on this is 28 damage, which is actually in between the common and uncommon regular Holo Twister ARs, which do 27 and 29 damage respectively. So it's quite a bit weaker than the Holo Twister ARs are. And the base fire rate of this is 4.5, which is lower than the regular Holo's 5.2. So you're getting a weaker gun and one that starts off with a slower fire rate. That fire rate may increase to a point where it's shooting much faster once you've hit several shots. But if the fight has been going for long enough for you to hit several shots, you might have just already lost it by then with how good the other ARs are. So I think this is something that sounds busted. It might be very good. It might be the best rifle in the game, but I'm kind of holding out on this one. I'm not really sure if it will really be that good. Definitely interested in trying it though. And of these exotics, this Accelerant Holo Twister AR is definitely the one I'm most excited to try. The Twinfire Slap Shotgun is going to be the next exotic that we talk about. This is going to be a version of the Twinfire Auto Shotgun, obviously. And the description says it reloads your magazine while sprinting and sliding. And that kind of sounds like a meh effect. Like, whatever. Is that really going to help me win fights more? Probably not. But one thing that this could be really helpful for is the fact that the magazine size is one of the key weaknesses of the Accelerant shotgun to begin with, like, or sorry, not the Accelerant shotgun, the Twinfire Auto Shotgun to begin with, is that it reloads quite slow. And so having a way to quickly and easily reload your weapon over the course of the fight could make this weapon a lot better. And if you enjoy the auto shotgun, I think you'll really like this. This will actually have the damage of the legendary auto shotgun, which is quite nice. Like, it's better than, you know, some of the other exotics which have much lower damage. I'm also interested to see if this shotgun will in some way grant the slap effect, because that isn't mentioned in the weapon description, but the name is the slap shotgun. And the way the slap effect works, this is when your sprint bar is gold and you have unlimited sprint for a period of time. So if sliding with this makes you have unlimited stamina for a period of time, that would be good. Or maybe getting eliminations or hitting enemies. There might be some way to trigger slap with this, just based on the name, and that could make it a bit better. I still don't see myself really wanting to use this though. I like the Sentinel Pump so much more than any of the other shotguns currently in the loot pool. And so while, you know, being able to reload the weapon more conveniently definitely would make the Twinfire better, I don't think it makes it something that I really want to use. Another slap item is going to be the Slap Chug Jug, and this is pretty self-explanatory. This will be a chug jug that grants the slap effect. Again, the slap effect is what like gives you unlimited sprint for a period of time. This will just be good. This is something that I wouldn't mind having at all. The Chug Jug is already a good healing item. The fact that you can heal both white and blue health and kind of go back to it later and just heal what you need is good. And being able to trigger unlimited stamina for a period of time that way will also be quite good, especially in situations where you're like fighting and need to heal. If you're able to get any heals off during the fight and then those heals also triggering unlimited stamina, sounds great to me. So the Slap Chug Jug sounds enjoyable to use, but it also doesn't sound like something that's super broken or annoying. It's just like a nice healing item, you know? The final of these new exotics is going to be the Final Mark Falcon Eye Sniper. And the description of this says that it marks targets on impact, and then marked targets receive bonus damage from this sniper. And I think it's worth noting that the current scan sniper we have, the description says it scans the area rather than marking the target upon impact. So I believe this Falcon Eye Sniper will only mark enemies when you hit them and not just when you shoot around them. And it's similar to like the Shadow Tracker pistol. So I don't think it will be as busted as that heavy impact sniper we have now. That thing is quite good. This sounds like kind of like a worse version of that. It also has the body damage of the green Falcon Eye Sniper at 80, which is, you know, not that amazing. Obviously, it will get a bonus damage increase if you hit them again, so that, you know, might be something that's quite good. And then the headshot damage is going to be 200, so it will headshot in build mode, or one hit in build mode, but in zero build, it won't one shot a full HP opponent because of the way overshield works. It probably will if you body them and then headshot them with that extra damage, maybe. And so this one sounds okay, I guess. It doesn't really sound like something I want to use. It sounds like a worse version of the sniper that we already have. So I think a lot of people who really like sniping will probably be a bit disappointed in this compared to, you know, what we have with that heavy impact sniper. And so those are the new exotics that are likely to be coming: the Rift launcher, the explosive Mammoth Pistol, the Accelerant Holo Twister AR, the Twinfire slap shotgun, the final mark sniper, and then the slap chug. As of right now, we don't really know how Fortnite will handle adding these new exotics to the game, because there's currently 6 exotics in the loot pool that you can buy from the black markets. And then these are 6 new exotics that are coming to the game. And that leads me to believe the most likely situation is they just swap them out. So they remove those other exotics and then they add these. And then that's just kind of how the game is. Personally, I think I would rather it be that way, because to me, that would freshen up the game the most. Kind of removing those other weapons will change the game a decent amount, and then adding these will also change the game a decent amount. I think it's also possible that they just add more cases to the black markets, and so you can buy the old ones and you can buy these ones, and we just have more weapons in the black markets. I think that's also something that could potentially happen. And then there's also a chance that they just make it random game to game which exotics end up spawning, somewhat similar to the vault mythics we had in Chapter 4, Season 4. I believe in that season, every mythic spawned, it was just random which vault it was in. But, you know, Fortnite enjoys making things random, and maybe that would keep people playing longer if it was changing game to game which exotics were spawning in the black market. So let me know in the comments below which of these exotics you're most excited to use. And also let me know, how would you like them to do it? Would you rather it be a full swap? Would you rather them just add more exotic cases, or would you rather it just be random? Let me know that down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.